Before I start this video, I want to be a little bit clear. I'm not actually on Team Danny whatsoever anymore. I thought what she did was pretty mean, but still like the show. I'm not complaining as much as most people. But today I want to talk to you guys about a very easy and quick way to save more money and actually earn some money while you're saving more money, which I think is a great combination. Plus, after you watch this video, if you take like 5 minutes to do what I'm saying, you can actually earn $20 just for following these 5-minute instructions, which would be great. It probably doesn't come to a surprise to most of you that watch any of my videos that I'm not actually a huge fan of big banks or large financial institutions. I think that a while back they decided that they were going to put the needs and wants of their shareholders way before the needs of their actual customers, and I feel like we're not really being benefited by the banks as much as past generations were. So that's why I love small startup companies. That's why I work with Wealthsimple. I love companies like this that are starting. They're trying to change the game. They're trying to disrupt this industry so that people can save money on fees and learn a little bit more and have some actual options. So a little while back I got contacted by a girl from a small startup called Coho, which I'm going to talk to you guys about today. It seems like a really great company, and their primary goal is to save Canadians money on their banking fees and allow them to understand their spending habits better and actually save more of their hard-earned money and earn some money while they're doing it. And so far I'm really impressed. I did some research. I got the app myself. I worked through it a little bit. I'm definitely not an expert in it yet, but I'm going to tell you guys what I know, and you can feel free to go ahead and look into it yourself. Basically, they just created an app that tracks your spending. What they do is you sign up. You actually get a card from them that you can spend or use at the bank, and you just link it to your bank account and transfer money onto it, kind of like you're doing an e-transfer to one of your friends. Or you could have your paycheck or part of your paycheck loaded onto the card. And then it doesn't work like an actual debit card or a bank card. It works like a prepaid Visa. So you'll actually never go over the limit. So you could put on there how much you want to be able to spend in a month. And they're never going to charge you any banking fees whatsoever. They're not going to charge you anything if you accidentally try and overspend what you have on the card. They're not going to charge you NSF fees. So the first step is that the fact that you're just not actually going to get charged banking fees anymore, especially if you just don't use your actual bank account anymore. I don't know how many people will do that, but it can be helpful in other ways. So first I'm just going to talk a little bit about, how you set it up. Then I'm going to talk about the benefits of it, and then I'll quickly talk about how I plan to use it to help for myself, and then we'll see how that works. So I talked about some of the benefits. Another really quick and easy benefit is that it takes like 5 minutes to set this thing up. The first time that you actually load money onto the card and then make a transaction, if when you go on there you input the code K4 Financial into there, you're going to get $20 added to your card on your first transaction. You're going to make 20 bucks. Complete full disclosure, part of the agreement that I have with them is that K4 is actually going to get paid $20 for this as well. I'm not going to see what you're doing or anything like that with the money, who's on there. All I'm going to know is that I got a referral fee because somebody inputted that code. But what you can do from there, if you like it, is refer your friends, and you as well can actually start earning money from doing that. And so I kind of talked about the setup and some of the benefits. The other question you're probably asking yourself, and the very first question I asked to her when she talked to me was, I said, well, if you don't charge anybody fees, how do you actually make money? How is this business profitable? Well, since it's like a prepaid Visa card, and they've teamed up with Visa, which, you know, is good and bad. It's good that it's powerful and strong and your money is very safe, but it's bad because, I mean, Visa rips people off. But is that what you might not know about when you use a credit card is that the retailer who's actually making the transaction has to also pay a pretty substantial fee every time that you make a transaction, so they get a cut of that. That's why sometimes you might see like a company that, you know, a small business that says we do not accept credit card transactions under $20 or at all, because they're not really making a profit anymore. They're paying so much to the credit card company. You can also use it as sort of like an Apple Pay type thing. I don't know how to use those phone apps, but you can load it on there and do online shopping that way. And the best thing about it is that for every single dollar you spend, since it's kind of like a credit card, you actually earn cash back, or like points on a credit card. So for every dollar you spend, you get 0.5% of actual money back into a savings account. You can also set up a roundup feature, so if you spent $2.30 at a store on your card, you have the roundup set up. 70 cents can go automatically into a savings account, which will help you save a little bit more. And it does a good job, like a lot of these sort of spending tracking apps, where it will show you and categorize your spending and what you're spending where you're maybe going over budget. So it's really good for people that are comfortable with a little bit of looking at some online stuff. Those so far are the benefits. I mean, you get the 20 bucks, you get the cash back for every purchase you make. There's absolutely no fees. I mean, to me, it's a win-win for everybody. And how would I use it? This is how I would use it, because I love paying for stuff on my credit card, because I love adding up points for whatever, buying vacuums or flights or whatever. And then next, you know, like I said in the DVD video, if you watched it, sometimes I have a spending problem with my Visa or whatever, and then at the end of the month I'll be like, oh my God, and my head will explode because I look at my bill and I forgot that I spent $175 on this or that. So this is a good way for me to say, okay, let's look at our bills and let's look at exactly how much I want to be able to spend on like discretionary things that I kind of want to have as fun money or shopping money or whatever. And I'm just going to load that exact amount on the card and be able to stick within that budget every single month. Otherwise, I'm not going to get hit with these giant credit card bills. So if you're already using it, maybe let me know in the comments how it's working for you, what works for you, or if you haven't, I mean, just sign up. We both get 20 bucks. Then you can refer your friends, make a little bit more money. Hopefully it works out. I hope it works out for me. And thank you again very much for watching. And if you haven't already, please subscribe.